The history of U.S. involvement in Latin America is complex and, quite frankly, controversial. Let's dive into some key moments that have shaped these relationships. First up, the Monroe Doctrine of 1823. The U.S. declared that European intervention in the Americas would be considered a threat to its security. This set the stage for American influence over the Western Hemisphere. Then, there was the Mexican-American War from 1846 to 1848. The U.S. fought Mexico and ended up taking about half of its territory. This included present-day California, Texas, and New Mexico. Imagine losing half your country's land overnight. Fast forward to the late 19th and early 20th centuries. The United States frequently intervened in Latin American countries, from supporting regimes favorable to American businesses to outright installing them. The goal? Protecting economic interests. During the Cold War, things got even more intense. The U.S. supported anti-communist regimes and movements. Sometimes this meant backing coups or military interventions to stop the spread of communism. The repercussions of these actions echo through the region to this day. On the economic front, U.S. policies have had a significant impact. The promotion of neoliberal economic policies through institutions like the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank reshaped Latin American economies. These policies often came with strings attached, influencing local governance and economic stability. Now let's talk about why thousands of Central American migrants are arriving at the U.S. border. Many are fleeing from the Northern Triangle countries of El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras. They're escaping economic precariousness, government corruption, crime, and violence. And increasingly, climate change is playing a role. In these countries, a majority live below the poverty line. The informal sector dominates employment, depriving people of social protections and insurance. The pandemic only made things worse, exposing governance deficiencies and adding to the economic strain. Despite some reductions in homicides, the Northern Triangle remains one of the most dangerous areas in the world. Domestic violence and gang recruitment of minors are major issues. This has led to a surge in unaccompanied children and families making the journey to the U.S.-Mexico border. Weather patterns have shifted, leading to food insecurity. Back-to-back Category 5 hurricanes recently devastated Central America. Subsistence farms, livestock, and large-scale agricultural production were hit hard. Many people migrate with the hopes of reuniting with family in the U.S. and finding a better life. In El Salvador, President Nayib Bukele has been suspected of negotiating with the MS-13 gang to reduce homicides. While he provided economic relief during the pandemic, his disregard for democratic checks and balances has raised concerns. In Honduras, President Juan Orlando Hernandez is under investigation for ties to drug trafficking organizations. His government's involvement in hurricane relief graft raises doubts about future U.S.-Honduras collaboration on migration. In conclusion, the U.S. impact on Latin America is profound and multifaceted. Understanding this history is crucial to grasping the current dynamics at play. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into history.